Hello, my name's Jason Williamson from the band Sleaford Mods, and this week I'm the Nerves Recommender.
Candle shades, my log box, marzipan, look at the arse on that. Bastard sleeping, noisy grace with a magazine, fuck that.
My first recommendation is Irish Homes of the Year with Hugh Wallace. It's my wife predominantly that initially watched these programmes, and I had no interest whatsoever. But, you know, it's kind of like almost like a ritual in the morning now. So we'll get up at 6 o'clock, 6:30. I'll go down, I'll put my phone in the usual place along with my glasses, and I'll get some kefir, have that, and then I'll go into the living room and I'll give the remains of the kefir to the dogs, and they fight over it while we're both sat there watching the programme.
This was a great restoration, and then to cap it all, a real understanding of finishes, style, materials, texture. This was a great home for me, and I gave it a 9.
It's just the innocence of it. It's not complex, it's not noisy. Yes, it's opinionated. It's quite tranquil. It's almost utopian. Well, Hugh Wallace recently passed away. What I identified with him on was his struggles with alcohol and his upbringing, which I think was conflicted. You could kind of see that in his face, the kind of sadness almost. And that, you know, I'm being a bit deep about that, but I always, you know, that's how I am, you know what I mean? My next choice is going to be The Carpenter's Son. It's a new horror film, really good. It's FKA Twigs plays Mary and Nicolas Cage plays Joseph. I love any films that depict hell or give an idea of what hell is. I love any films that touch on the idea of religion, of what that means intelligently. This almost really dark, you know, set of occurrences of this young lad coming to terms with being the son of God, with having these powers of healing people. But initially he doesn't heal anyone, he kills them. So if he gets into an argument with someone, he'll blind them and walk off, you know, and eventually he ends up killing someone who you know, disputes him. So I found that really quite interesting in the sense of how we look at the idea of what Jesus Christ is. My next one is a local restaurant called L'Astoria. It's an Italian restaurant run by an Italian family, I think. I go there usually with the family, but it's just so comforting. It's like going from house to house, and they know who I am, and I like that. I like being fussed. Hello, Jason. How are you? Yes, I'm fine, thank you. The food is obviously Italian. They do an Italian twist on the Sunday roast. I just feel at peace, you know. And it's a weird one because I don't want to be that wanker that talks about restaurants. Who the fuck wants to talk about restaurants? But it is a thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, and I think the way I'm talking about all these things is also a testament to finding success and peace of mind and a bit of tranquility in life, rather than years and years of not having that. My next choice is Nick Drake's 5 Leaves Left. I'm not a massive fan, although I've always liked what he does. I've never bothered listening to long players in full, but for some reason I just started listening to this. I think what I like about it, obviously songs like The Riverman, the cello song, which you know, we're sure will be very good, and he's quite renowned for those songs. This kind of look into that period, coming from the 70s anyway, you know. I've been kind of relying more and more on looking back on stuff from the 70s and 80s. I'm listening to a lot of UK metal as well, stuff like Rainbow from the early 80s, that again remind me of that time. And these weren't necessarily happy times, but I find a lot of inspiration from what I can remember of what the moods were and the colours were. At night when I'm stretching before I go to bed, and I put it on, and it takes me about 8 minutes to do all of my stretches. So I can get through 4 or 5 tunes. My final recommendation is long johns. It's quite intense from sort of waist down if you've got the heating on and you're walking around in joggers and then long johns. But for some reason this winter I've not taken them off. I ain't worn a pair of boxer shorts for about 2 months. So yeah, and I've got 5 or 6 different pairs, and if there's no one in the house, in the sense of visitors, I'll just walk around the house in them, you know. I've got some tie-dye ones, so I look a little bit like Def Leppard or Van Halen, actually. David Lee Roth, that's it, like David Lee Roth, with like a wellness David Lee Roth in it. With my kefo and my tie-dye long johns, yeah.